Devin, what was it like coming out here today and getting some work in?
I mean, it was fun. I mean, I wanted to get back down for my second time and spend time with Coach Walton, Coach Iliano, and see what those guys are about. And I mean, doing this whole camp with him, I learned some new stuff with him, and I'm gonna use it on my game this upcoming season in the fall.
We saw him take you inside of the indoor complex for a private workout. What are some of the things he was teaching you?
Just like on my breaks and staying low on my breaks and learning how to drive out my breaks and get faster and keeping my shoulders turned so I can break on balls like on the comebacks and stuff like that. But that's really what it was. It wasn't too much on the press work. It was just too much on me playing off and how I can get better at that.
How often would you say you talk with Coach Walton?
I talk with Coach Walton anytime I can. I mean, I know that they have practice and stuff, they're doing their workouts, but I mean, when I can talk to them, I sometimes talk to them maybe 2-3 times a week and just work with them. And when I work out down there in Houston, I mean, I send him some of the clips and he sends me back feedback on what I need to do and what I need to learn from.
Obviously, it's been a while since you got the Ohio State offer, but what was it like to get that offer for the program?
I mean, it was a blessing. I mean, all my offers were a blessing, but I mean, this one right here, and then just learning about Coach Walton and doing what he's done, and Coach Iliano, and they putting out the guys they put out, Coach Walton, Coach J. Ram, and some big-time dudes in the league, and Coach Iliano, Coach Kobe Bryant, and Sauce Gardner at Cincinnati. So, I mean, that's big time, but, I mean, it's just a blessing. I mean, Ohio State's, I wouldn't say one of my dream schools, but it's a school I can see myself at.
Is that a big pitch for, the Ohio State coaching staff towards you? Is like that DBU kind of factor?
Yeah, that's big for me. Like, just knowing that this was a DBU, and like when I was in there talking with him, he said they got the most DBs in the league, like out of any school in the country. And I mean, just looking at the dudes that he's put out and Coach Iliano combined, I mean, those big time names. I mean, you got Sauce, Antoine Winfield, probably one of the best DBs to come through Ohio State. So I mean, that's just guys like that. And then Coach Walton, he played here. So
whether it's the guys in the league or whether it's the guys currently in the room, is there like a characteristic or something that represents like what an Ohio State cornerback looks like, or how would you describe like what a typical cornerback at Ohio State is good at?
I mean, Ohio State cornerback, I mean, he's good at everything. I mean, you can press, you can play off. I mean, that's what they like to do. So I feel like if you can do all of that and you can be great at it, I mean, you got a chance to be on that wall, on the cornerback wall, and you got a chance to be a DBU here. And, I mean, I don't think it's not that many schools that they call themselves DBU, and Ohio State's probably one of the number one schools. And, I mean, just look at the guys in the league. That it speaks for itself.
I saw you talking to Brian Hardline.
Yeah.
What was his kind of pitch to you? What was he saying?
His thing is, you want to come here, you're gonna go against the top guys. I mean, that's what I was talking about with Coach Walton. I mean, going against guys that are NFL ready. Their receivers, I feel like every receiver they got is NFL ready. But I mean, going against that every day at practice, and then you get to the league, it's like you kind of already there because you win against it every day at practice. And he helps out the DBs. He lets them know what the receivers are going to do. And I mean, you still, at the end of the day, you're still a team, but you're going to go out and you're going to get reps against those top guys like Marvin Harrison. I mean, look at him. He's #1 receiver in college football. So, I mean, top 5 pick. Just speaks for itself. And I mean, Coach Hardline, when I talked to him, he was a real dude. And I mean, he kept it real with me. He said, I mean, I look nice, and he likes the type of DB I am.
The guys you mentioned were guys that either they coached elsewhere or have gone to the league. How much do you need to see from this defense, which kind of really just started last year? How much do you need to see more of that to kind of?
I really just want to see like them get back to the stage that they were at last year. I mean, I really think Ohio State should have been in that national championship. I think they should have won. But I mean, that defense that they had last year, it was good. But I feel like this year, and seeing what they had, I feel like it's just going to be better and it's just going to get stronger. And I feel like they really can get back to where they need to be and come back with that national championship.
How much does coming to a camp like this and working with the coaches, as opposed to just talking on the phone, visits, things like that, how much does that help your mind?
I feel like coming to see a coach is better because you get face to face. It's not on the phone. He's not texting you or nothing, but you face to face. He can actually put his hands on you and he can work with you. I feel like you got that relationship with a coach, and you can come up to a school 3 or 4 times and actually let that coach put his hands on you and do what he does with his actual DBs at his school. I mean, it's just a plus.
And you mentioned competing against guys like Marvin Harrison, but you compete against some good receivers today. How'd you feel like that?
I mean, it's just work at the end of the day. I mean, I don't look at it like no receiver's better than the other. I mean, it's work regardless. I mean, even if you not that guy that's a top receiver in your class, you still come out and work. I'm gonna give you the type of work you need, and that's just what it is.
You're visiting here through Wednesday. What's on the agenda for the rest of the trip? What are you looking to see, and what coaches are you going to meet with?
Meetings with the coaches. I got a photo shoot in a couple minutes. Then, I'm gonna be in all the team meetings. I'm gonna be here watching the team. Like after all this, I'm gonna be at their OTAs and stuff like that. I'm gonna be in the meetings with them. So, they making it feel like home.
What kinds of questions do you have for Ohio State? Like as you go into this session of kind of personalized and these team meetings, like what kinds of things are on your mind as you kind of experience it?
The questions
work,
I
y'all
have,
fellas.
appreciate it, Coach. The questions I have, Coach Walton already hit them. Every question I've had and everything I wanted to know and everything I wanted to learn, he's taught me.
Yeah.
And I feel like just throughout those couple months, I feel like I built a strong relationship with him, and he teaches me, and he actually listens to me and what I have to tell and what I have to ask, stuff like that.
Where are you at in your decision-making process at this point? Do you have any sort of timeline in mind?
I got a couple schools in mind, but I'm gonna just take my time and play out these next 2 seasons, and I'll be committed. Cause I plan on being a mid-year, so I'll be committed I'll probably be committed early my senior year. But it's just a fun experience. So I'm just experiencing all these schools, going to all these schools that I can go to and stuff like that, and seeing the relationship I get with them. And then when it comes down to it, I'm gonna make my decision.
What will ultimately influence your decision the most?
Just the relationship that I have with that coach, and knowing that he's not gonna leave anytime soon when I come, because I don't want to go to a school and the coach is gone in a year, and I still got 2 more years left. So I want to build that relationship with the coach, and I want him to stay and develop me. And my plan is to come to college 3 years, and if I do what I do, I'm gonna be in the league. So that's my plan.
As a